Aloha YouTubers, and this is Bud coming to you from beautiful Honolulu, and I have to apologize for being somewhat neglected to my YouTube channel, but I've been working a lot of hours. That's an excuse, I suppose. But see this little guy right here? This is Henry. Say hi, Henry. Henry's a good boy. Henry was a cat that I had at my latest construction site. Let me explain to you about Henry a little bit. Look how loving this cat is. I came to work after a weekend and I saw this thing under the construction trailer moving, and I thought, what the heck is that? And this guy was hungry, so he came out to get some of my Egg McMuffin in the morning. And I gave him some Egg McMuffin, and you can see how he loves me. I just love him too. But he came out and started eating the Egg McMuffin, and next thing I know is he's kind of sitting in my lap, which surprised me, eating the Egg McMuffin with me. And took him to the vet and spent about $600 on him. So now I have the Putty, which you've seen another, he's getting ready to jump on the camera, so this might be fun. We have Putty, which is a 3-year-old kitten I got at a construction site that was just, she was really frightened. And so animals have a tendency to come to me. I have no idea as to why. Maybe it's divine, I'm not sure. But I guess I was raised on a farm and I know how to talk to animals. So like Henry, he came right up to me and no one else. So how Henry became my kitten was kind of funny. I was at a construction site and this big 18-wheeler's coming in with a load of supplies for the building site. It's a project I'm finishing up. It's about $22 million in buildings and stuff. And this construction, and he was coming across the road to see me because I was the only one he would come to. And this trailer was coming with full load, and he stopped in the middle of the road, and I ran out, stopped the truck and grabbed him. This 18-wheeler locked up his wheels, came within 3 feet of me. Got out of his truck and was getting ready to kick my butt. This guy was angry. So I picked up Henry, and he saw what he was about to run over. And then he was very happy, so Henry was saved. And he's looking at me right now. He knows his name already. He's been just doing what kitties do, terrorizing and having fun. Now him and Putty, and Putty's my other cat that I got about 4 years ago, 4 years ago. Same condition, and she was at a plant that I worked at, and I brought her home. And now Henry was the same thing, and I figured, uh-oh, you know, older female, a young male, this is going to be a problem. First time they came in the house, Taz, Putty saw Henry, went right up to him and started kissing him, licking him, and like it was a kitten. And they play together. Where you're going to find one, you're going to find the other. They terrorize each other, run around the house, and create what I call kitty chaos. And I'm happy because of it. I have an empty nest. My son is 30. He's out on his own and about to get married. So it's just me and my wife and Putty and Henry, and it's very enjoyable. But again, my brothers and sisters in YouTube land, I'd like to apologize for neglecting you. I love you and I think about you guys quite a bit. A couple shout outs. Rip Z, good for you. America for Hemp, good for you. I'm glad to hear you guys are doing good. Turbo Lupo, it's glad to hear that everything's looking up for you too. Graham and friends from Australia, God, I think you guys are funny. I have a lot of fun with you guys, and it's nice some of the communications that we've sent amongst each other. I've met a lot of really neat people all over the world on YouTube. I don't know how to tell you how I've experienced it, but it's always been positive. On my trip to Europe, I got a chance to see quite a few people, and this is the way to go, to meet people on YouTube and then to travel to see them in their countries, get a chance to see what their life's like, and you come to the conclusion that we're not that much different. I think our governments create more chaos than what we do, and YouTube has kind of given us an opportunity to level the playing fields with the governments, and the fact that I can communicate with you directly now. I love that. Now to get to the matter at hand, California. Prop 19. This is the chance to make a freedom statement for freedom. Nothing else. And it's not about cannabis. It's not about legalizing cannabis or, by the way, California lawmakers, in a way to divert their attention from allowing Prop 19 to go through, which is the legalization of use of cannabis by adults in California. The way this is working right now is the governor signed into law in California about 3 weeks ago, reducing the penalty for less than an ounce of marijuana to a fine of $100 and no criminal record. And that was a compromise because this Prop 19 was gaining a lot of force. It was up to 57% approval. And after that, the approval rate dropped for Prop 19. So the government is trying to defend its stance on the use of cannabis, and they don't have a leg to stand on. To consider cannabis in the same criminal range as heroin is absolutely crazy. And I'm not promoting the use of drugs. I don't drink myself, but occasionally I do smoke cannabis. And it is, to me, one of the most beneficial drugs there is. It's a drug. It's like alcohol or tobacco or any of those other, cocaine. It's no different. It does alter your body, but I think it's more than just that for me. Within the first few minutes when I use it, I experience an awakening, kind of, where I have ideas that it allows me to slow down and really think about things. And a lot of the pretty good conclusions I've come up with life have been probably after I smoked cannabis. Me and a good friend of mine, Carl Sagan, who died in '96, probably one of the smartest guys in the whole world. We used to go camping, sit around the campfire, and of course a lot of these guys were all doctors and physicists and chemists. We'd all light up one, fasten around, and we'd talk physics and astronomy and all night long on the campsite. We'd look up at the stars and point to them and talk about their relevance and their distances and wonder if there's other people out there. And in all probability, there probably isn't. If you just look at the odds of life developing to this point in a society without it being self-destructive, usually doesn't occur. So I think that man has been very fortunate. We need to control our greed, but time will tell. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I don't want to make this a heavy speech, but I'm going to let you know about Henry. He's excited me, and sometimes when you work a lot of hours, you need a break. So December is going to be my break month. I'm going to take maybe a week off and kick back. To the guys that came out a week ago, I know we can only spend 3 days. It was kind of unplanned. You guys kind of showed up. We had fun. Man, we did some great hikes and a couple campfires and got to swim in the ocean. And it was exceptionally warm for a change. It was at least 83 or 4. So, I mean, it was kind of like bath water. And we got a chance to see some wildlife. One of the guys had a big monk seal come up right next to him. Very curious animals, by the way. This guy was at least 10-footer, and like in my video of the sea lion. And by the way, I want to get something straight about the sea lion. That's a very healthy condition. They shed their skin once a year. Don't worry about that guy. He was having fun with me, and I wish that I kept the camera going, because what you'd have seen exactly 2 minutes after I stopped the film, he rolled right over to me. Kind of scared me. Probably weighed 1,000 pounds. Next thing I know is I have my hand sitting on a sea lion, and they're an endangered species, so they don't like you doing that. But this animal approached me, and we were just laying there on the beach for 20 minutes until I left. He was just flipping sand and having a ball. Anyway, I'm a fortunate guy. I have YouTube friends and my personal friends, and life's good. So I'd like to say thank you to my YouTube friends out there, and thanks for stopping by and visiting. Check out my surf videos. They're designed to help you relax. Come to Hawaii and see me, and let's have some fun. Until the next time, catch you on the flip side, guys. It's Bud Son.